Welcome to probably the last video I'm going to do on this game before Steam release. Keep saying it, but it's pretty close now. So just wanted to really show the new UI in action because it's been pretty much overhauled if you've seen the other videos. And it's then added a couple new features as well. So I'll just do a quick recap of the screens. First of all, you'll see it's more uniformed overall and a lot tidier, in my opinion anyway. So you've got your overview screen, which will update as you go along the game. You've got a scrolling ticker with sort of latest info as the game goes. News will fill in with your own personal news. Skill tree. This is where you can spend your XP to sort of get perks and rank up. Your favoured ones will depend on what you choose as your starting sort of profile. I think I've gone for a showman, and you can see I've got a discount, but my integrity's lower, so that counterbalances that. Your goals, they will change as you complete them. There's various different goals to have. And some are specific to certain tiers as you go along. Stable and trainers will fill as I do this page here, so I'll go in here now. Same premise as before, you can scout or you can go straight into negotiate with boxers, free agents. I've added a new feature which includes boxers that are running out of contract. So if they don't renew, they will end up free agents, or you can poach them a bit earlier with a bit of a discount, or poach them boxes from rivals with a full compensation payment there. And I'll show you the watch list. Essentially, it's like a short list. So if I click on a boxer, you'll see the profile page. I don't see any of their stats because I've not scouted him, but I can click on talk, and you can see you can add him to your shortlist. So we'll go back to that page. He's now on my shortlist. I can just watch if there are boxes I want to keep an eye on, their record, they sign for anyone, etc. Things like that. I can remove him just by clicking that star. But for example, I will scout him. There you go. Generational ceiling for him. So what I can then do is either raw click on that. And now I've got his full attributes shown currently as a 20-year-old. The scouting report and more of a breakdown there. His attribute changes will fill in as and when he gets them. Then his overall. So let's try and sign someone. So you can sign someone blind if you want. Let's go for Billy Linton. As you can see, the sign-on bonus per share that they sort of want. So go by years or by fights. Stars mean that's the promises he would prefer. And there's various clauses. So I can add an injury termination, mandatory fan event, and we'll see that when I sign someone. If I do a fight per year contract, if I don't achieve it, he can walk if he wants to. I can give him a cut of any sponsorship, and any behavioural clauses as well. So let's try and sign him. We'll offer him a bit more than he wants. We'll offer it. He didn't fancy it. We'll try another boxer. I'll just offer him that. Didn't want it. Let's try a new one. Let's see if we can force him in. He wants one promise. From another. It's going to be a good video if I have to keep trying to sign people. Just goes to show that not everyone just comes easily. You do have to consider what you're negotiating with. There you go. I've got him signed up. So I didn't scout him, but because I've signed him, I'll show you his screen. It unlocks his attributes for you. And we'll come back to it in 1 minute. So all I'm going to show you here is trainer. I've not got any, so I can't sign in one. I can open or close him to fights. I can also request sort of what other promotions are going to offer me. So he's new, so just a tune-up fight. This feature is where I can offer him up to fights, and at a long lock, as you get, as it says, as you remove, increase your OVR. I will then go into his screen here, and you get your menu options along the top. So train him. It's got no trainer assigned, but I will assign one, so we can assign one to him. And you've got various camps if you want to sort of get him to focus on certain things. So, and they have different light, standard, hard, different gains, but also risks. So that's that one. You can change his trait, and you can see if you can get him to change his risk profile and his style. Yeah, so you get 2 camps a year. That takes him out of action for, I believe, 4 weeks. We can talk to our boxer. Again, different features there. And they will have a different effect on him potentially. So if I just click through, talk through his ambitions, he wants to keep climbing, get through fights. So I promise to keep him active and busy. He's happy with that. His loyalty's gone up. If we go to a fan event, you get 1 per year. I probably wouldn't do one week 1, but I'm gonna click it anyway just to show you. So we can do a meet and greet with an open workout. And you can see his personality is a trash talker, but he usually keeps his cool. He's got 6 questions, so they're going to ask me a question. So, what do I think and where Salvador is going to go? We're going to go 1 fight at a time. You see the receptions change. He asks me what he's special. He walked through fire. He loves the fans, so that obviously beefs him up. Then the fans asked Escobedo a question. He's just said, been polite. I asked him again what his dream fight would be. You see the reception went down a bit because he's been a bit off with them. Says don't care, just get paid. So you notice there's a Paul Escobar out of the fight. Not the fight, the fan event. If it's going badly, well, you can put him out anytime, but if it's going badly, you can put him out quicker. This essentially prevents any real huge negative impact on him. Again, we'll do a hype. I say let the fist do the talking, and then someone's asked him. It's about legacy. Money follows the legend. So I wrap up the event. You can see he's got a good bump there. I've got a bump. He's got a bump. And what we'll do, all positive. Click on his overview, and bang. Attributes positive. It's all good. It can be negative, but that's why I've linked it to 1 a year. You've got to time it right, really. But obviously, if you spam them, you could just jack up your boxes. So, contract. Just an overview of his contract. You can negotiate or terminate by amount. Fight record will fill up as he goes. Injuries will inevitably fill up as he goes. And news, this is news that's linked to him. And if you click on it, it jumps to the news page for your box, your promotion. It just gives you a little recap, and you can see other news here of the other boxers turning me down, and then the sign of Escobedo. Sponsors we will see as they come and get offered, and accounts will change This will produce a graph, and you can see like a in and out there, and it's broken down there as well. Loans possible if you want to, various rates. That changes, and is related to your skill tree. And you can also have it just as a text feed rather than a graph. Pay-per-views are unlocked when you reach a global powerhouse, currently in game. So if I sign a trainer, see again, contract negotiation screen, stuff like that. You can add bonuses. It's got bad habits, you see his stats. Again, you can add clauses. He's signed, and what happens is he's automatically assigned to a boxer, as you'll see there, and then you'll see in his profile there. And what I'll show you on the trainer profile is there's his one. You can have up to 8 boxers assigned to him. Again, their profile, a little bit relationship stuff, review of his contract, you can terminate it. His boxer is with, chemistry 0, stagnating. Obviously, they've just signed. That changes, hopefully improves. It can not improve. Fight record, and again, news. I can talk to him. I can talk to him about any boxer that he's working with. Obviously, just one at the minute. I can also have a general chat. If I click on that, I can, like I say, reassure him these are my plans, invest money into his gym, or be a bit more aggressive and demand more. So I'll invest. And yeah, obviously it's a positive because it wants investment. And you can see that's a news. So that's the main features on that page. You can see my XP starting to go up. My reputation went up. When it started at 35, went up by 2 because of the fan event. So what we'll do is we will just go to the fight card. So this is a fight card, first one booked by Titan Sports, 7 belts, projected purse, arena, gives it a little name, Friday Fight Night. And these are the belts they've booked. A little arrow gives you a little brief preview as such. And if I click on watch, I can start to watch fights as they go on. So just a fight screen. In the middle is the live commentary as it's going along. You can skip it, just watch it. A live ring card. And then just a bit of a breakdown as you go along on the side. It is what it is, the arena, purse, sold out, etc. A bit of build up. Obviously it pads up more the more you get into the game and the history starts to develop. You see that the condition and momentum bars at the top there, they sort of move and go as they go along. And then the fight was a 6-rounder is finished. Official scorecards. Fight stats. Bit of aftermath, and then any medical ring stuff. So that's that. You can click onto the next bout if you want. Again, you can skip. You can do that all the way through if you're interested in watching certain fighters or bouts, and again next bout, blah blah. It just works, and obviously there's more info. Like I say, the further you go in, you end the broadcast. We have a decision at the same time. He wants a loyalty bonus. Well, I'm going to decline because he don't just signed. So that will sim that first week, and then you'll get a recap of the card. Quick recap of fight rating. You can rewatch it, or you can get a drop-down box, and it just gives you a snapshot of what happened, stuff like that. And then I've got news that's come up to me. So, see how I'm a trainer, and here's what I wanted to happen. The sponsors approached me. So, Lucky Chaps approach. You'll notice our sponsors tab's got a little one. So that means there's something there. And you get 3 options. So, if you're happy just to accept, you can reject it or negotiate. And negotiating brings that to the table. Bit of info about them. Bit of their risk appetite. That's the appetite for the contracts on the table. And again, there's some terms. This is what they prefer, what it can earn you, what it could cost you. So a clean month, no scandals. If I get that, I'll get 2.5 grand. If I fail, they will take 5 grand off me. A monthly fee, the term, any termination fee contracts you want to add into it, and then just a recap. And what this says is they want to headline the pay-per-views that you've got. So when you book a pay-per-view, there are sponsorship slots. This will automatically fill that board because you've agreed them to be that. So yeah, it's good that you get a monthly fee here. But on the flip side, when you do book a pay-per-view, you can sell obviously different parts of the ring and the arena as sponsors. That feature will be gone, and that one-off lump sum is obviously then taken off the table. So you can negotiate, say offer it back, they've accepted, and then you'll see they've now take up one of your sponsor slots, and you click on it, you can just have a recap of the contract. So that's that. So there's more news. You see there's 2 fight offers on the table, and in my overview I now have fight offers for Escobedo. So you can see a brief requirements or what they'd like. So if I click negotiate, again, appetite for the contract as is. My exposure, this could be my maximum loss on the contract. So again, purse money, share, fight, week fight, what you can do. So you get a bit of feedback as you go along. So they don't want it to be a long way away. They want it closer. So you've got some compensations, and these can go either way. So if either side misses weight, 50 grand to the other side. If either side pulls out injured, 30 grand either side. If you lose, the fight was cancelled because of a scandal or a ban, 70 grand either way. You can edit and type in what you want. Clauses, rematch clause. You can force that in. You can add a catch weight. Change the weight you want on there. Press conferences, joint press conference before the fight. You can have in a weigh-in and an open workout. And then you can walk away, change the terms, or take as offered. So I'm going to table because I've changed the fight week and they've accepted it. There's another fight offer. I can accept or negotiate if I want to. So again, negotiate. Again, they're going to want it earlier. I won't be able to go early because there is week 6. There's a mandatory 12-week gap between fights anyway. So if I booked it for there, all the game would do is keep pushing it away because my Fox is unavailable. So I'm going to have to go week 18. I'll walk away from that one for now, and I'll reject that. So I've got my upcoming belts sat in there, and now there's a build-up screen. And what you get here is, again, you got to remember this is a fresh database for no record. So a lot of things change as you venture into the game. See, my box has got his overall, some info. We don't know the overall Junior Harrison yet. We've not scouted him. We could do. Cost us 50 grand. Or all this is released then after we fight him. Verdict 50-50. Again, no one really knows much about the fighters. And then you get a bit of hype. It's sort of related to the boxers and your promotion. And this will just build up the hype and the buzz for the fight. At the minute, because it's cold, no one's really interested in these guys. Yeah, so that's how a fight is potentially booked, and what we'll do, we'll start simulating to the date. I think we're week 6 and week 5, and I'll just simulate. And what I will show you is that again, it keeps the cards so you can go back and watch and see different things and features. So you've got a half-star match there, a main event cancelled because of missed weight. So there's a fallout on that. Obviously going to be for a title. Again, some half-stars. And doesn't matter if it's the big fight. The rating isn't up. A main event is going to be amazing. No, the fights play out. If it's a good fight, it's going to get good ratings. If not, it won't. So like there, again, got a no contest here. There's a drug test. Joel Bidler failed it, so that'll be a no contest. Both fighters will have that in their record, no matter who took the win on the night. A no contest due to an errant drug test. Yeah, and I'll show you how this sort of relates into different features in here as we go along. So we're up to week 6. So this is our card. So there you go, Escobedo, Junior Harrison, Titan Sports. So it's a big one. There's a big WBI title fight on the line. I can watch it or I can simulate it. What I'm going to do is going to simulate it, and what it will do is bring up a press conference, and both camps are involved. 5 questions each. And from their side, say, how's your camp gone? I've hurt people in there. Someone's going to have to pay for that on Saturday, so fairly aggressive line there. So sparring footage found its way online this week from us. Was it a mistake? Again, you can say what you want and say nothing leaves our gym by accident. So I'm going to say, so that's an inside job. And then again, Fred, I was talking all week. What's your answer to it? Talking's what promoters do. I'll answer in front of him. We'll get one. How much pressure's going on? None. Pressure from men aren't ready. Does Willing actually change this anything for you, for them? Doesn't change it. It ends him, and that's enough. Again, fairly aggressive. Any concerns about the officials for a fight this size? Again, we're going to watch the scorecards. How does Saturday end? I'm on the canvas. Is promoter climbing in to pick him up? Okay, fair. Both counts are in a testing pool. Confident everything is clean. So question potential blood results. So I'm going to be a bit rude. And last word, enjoy the walk is the last moment you'll have. And again, for a bit more, there's families in the front row. Again, I'm going to say, once the bell goes, it is what it is. So that's fired that off. You can go back into your thing to check the news, and let's see it's in there before the fight if you want. So the press conference, you'll see other things are coming in. We'll check that in a minute. If I click simulate card, I'm back here. So I'll simulate the card. I've done my press conference. I'm ready to go. So there's a bit of a scandal, fallout from the fight. So I'm going to stand by him. Again, before I get back, I've been given the decision. Boxing great and good for Black Tie Gala's work in the room. So do I want to work the room and build my stuff? So yeah, I will. Friends in high places, so that helps when I, down the line. Okay. Something's cropped up. Legal proceedings, so innocent to prove otherwise. An ugly incident, private matter, and we're fronting it head on. So let's have a look at what's happened. So there's a scandal. Fight, aftermath. Looks like something happened in the fight. We can go and check that if we want to. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the fight card and I can click on there. Looks like it's a bit of a messy fight that we've gone on the wrong end of. Okay, fair enough. So obviously caused a bit of fallout. And what we'll see is Escobedo. So we have attribute improvements, a fan event. He's won this fight, confidence boost, and from the interview backing him, I've got those attributes improved for him. Fight record is there now. I can click on Junior Harrison if I want. It goes to his fight record and overview. Now I can see his record. Obviously, we fought him. His confidence dipped. He is injured, so I can click on his injuries. Got a bit of a concussion. Back to my guy. Injuries. He had a cut. Nothing too bad there for him. News. So it just all tracks it. So it does archive, and I'll show you now the archive phase. A quick pinch through here again. A sponsorship offer. Mid-tier sponsors look like they could be steering clear. So they generally go for your headlines. So we've got a couple of minors in there. I just want to show you the account. So as you see, there's the week and the little graph. Obviously, it's not a wild change because we're at a similar level, but you can see ins and outs, expenses. Again, you can change it across years or dates as you go, and again, a weekly run, just to show you that it does update correctly. So the overview, we've got a boxing war, golden era. Got cut because of Junior Harrison. Again, news recently is popped along there. So I'll quickly feed you through the rest of the game now, showing you a chunk of how a fight night occurs and how you get through different negotiations. So world news is what it says. It's broken down by different category tabs, and then you'll see them linked to the news. I can click on it and I'll get the news report there, and it marks it as red. For ease of use, there's three colours. You'll probably notice all scandals are red. Anything else is blue, other than white and black is for like the newspapers, magazines, what you want to call them. So I'll click on things like camp, they sent to camp, sponsorship news, pound for pound articles. Go back to all. You'll see the unread change as you go along. I can mark them all red. Clears that for you. Archive, like I say, the main news in live feed keeps 4 weeks at a time. Then it just punts into archive. That's to keep the news in the game for you. Yeah, essentially, so you can track back and see news. You can search by anything if you want as well. Yeah, so that's that. Champions, they start to fill up as the game progresses. So you've got world champions, number one contenders will again fill up as it progresses. You can see they're vacant. There's no contender. Continental champions again fills as the game progresses. What you can do here is click on the little scroll, and it'll give you the total fight history. So defensive, change of hands, stuff like that. And then here's the fighter's record and how long they've been holding the fight for, the belt for, sorry. And if you click on their profile, they have a little belt. It shows they're the champion. Rankings is what it is. Pound for pound rankings. Again, it fills up as you go along. You can click on the rest for the rest of the boxes. And then obviously each division. And again, rest is history. Storylines that crop up. So rivalries, you see the heat that they've gained. There we go. We're on there because obviously there was a bit of needle before and after and during that fight. Champion specifically relates to reigning champion stories, so you're going to get your undefeated runs, your shock losses, things like that. Prospects, boxers that are coming through the ranks that come in, and then scandals, There you go, different scandal. There are links to the news story. So, Reese McDonald's been suspended by commission, elbowing someone to the head. And then you got others, drug tests. Oh, he's missed a drug test. He's at, trouble for stiffness. And you click on these and it will go to the news story. Yeah, so you can see the meat of it all, dope and ban, etc., and the date. Promoter wars. You notice there's rivalries, so we're active in one. You'll go up and down the rankings, depending on wins, fighter wins, how you answer everything, press conferences. If you do fan events, it was positive and negative actions, sponsorships. It all adds to a little score for you. And then in there you get like a little breakdown of what you've got. See the champions there, Golden Era, obviously, fairly solid. They've hosted pay-per-views as well. They've got a head-to-head rivalry there, and we got some active wars. So they're showing there, and then previous years there. Yeah, so that's just a little side sort of side thing, really, just to see how well you're doing as a promoter compared to the computer, and how you can progress and improve, etc. If you come in the top three, obviously there's a chance you get an award, more XP and stuff like that. Just build your reputation. Awards will fill as the game goes on annually, but records are obviously every week, and then you'll see again. Yeah, is what it is there. Classic fights will fill up. You'll get top 15 only. And it just shows you there what you have. The rating, fight of the year will fill, and then all time, obviously, again, as the game goes on, you'll have more all time fights you can see and what happened. The governing bodies, there's 4 of them. A little bit of what they stand for, just a bit of lore to the game. And it just gives you a little recap of what's going on with them. And you see their current champions. And then when they want a defense due, and as the game goes on, mandatory ranked challenges will be in. At the minute, everything's still fresh. It doesn't want to put mandatories up because you're just, it's more random. But as boxers become good and are not, like with life, really, they do become mandatory, and then that will need to be fulfilled before any sort of sanctions handed down. Pay-per-view providers, again, there's 7 of them. Again, add a little bit of lore to them. At the bottom, attributes is what they look for, so, and what they can bring. So they bring high production values, but they're hard negotiators, but they have a high fan rating. This is what they want, and if you can tick all the boxes, you can get more of a share of the split, or lose the share of the split. That's their track record, and then their target audience, and then you see their history. That was the main event on their card, what it's called, main event rating, and then buys and cut and stuff. So you can go through, you can see all the ones that are getting things that go along, so they've got their history, stuff like that. Just builds, again, as you go along, and when you host pay-per-views, it'll give you an overview, because all the attributes fluctuate depending on how well they put on fights. Database is what it is. It just shows you the database of everything. If you want to specifically search for stuff in the game, you can see how many boxes and promoters are in the game, etc. You can save the game. See where it saves, change folder, etc. Save it. You can then load if you want to. You can change the look. It's just a little, I think it's just a little font, no background change, just a little bit bigger. And I think that's that's all I'm going to show on the game for now. There's a lot more variety to different things, but that's how you would essentially get started and play through the game. I can see there the XP. I can buy one because I've gone up to 105. I didn't notice that something on my skill tree, so it's available. I don't have to. I can save up for more, but I can. So press tools cost 30% less, cheaper on hype. Every card you promote, so I could do that. Yeah, so that's generally what you get on your as you sort of your day-to-day running of your promotion. Obviously, the more you sign, the more you scout. So the ones you didn't negotiate well with, there is a cooldown, so you can't spam. You can see obviously he's now signed to a promotion. It'll be an approach, so it costs money. Yeah, things like that. So I'll just show you the loan. So again, the loan, if you want to take it, how much you want to borrow, etc. You can just add it to your bank balance. So add it in. So that's that there. So hopefully that gives you a good feel of what, especially early game, what it starts like. Later game, everything evolves and changes. But yeah, that's the game and the flow as it stands right now. If I go to main menu, I'll back out of that. You see my save is there. Bots and simulation mode. I'll just click into it. So yeah, I'll explain this. Fog of War will turn the attributes on and off. So if you have it off, you don't need to scout anyone. So you know every boxer and what their stats are. So I'll click it off to show you. There's 3 starting databases, fresh start with no champions. Every time you play it, every boxer's attributes will start the same. So you might get similar outcomes. Wildcards will be the database, but every time they're just going to be randomized. And this is what it is: established records and champions. So you start the game from year 1, week 1, but boxers will have a record, etc. So I'll use that and I'll just show you how it goes. So this is a simulation model. No promotion, no impact at all from you. It's just if you want to spam the game and just love to watch the computer do its thing quicker than having any input. So I'll just click in. There you go, the computer's doing its bit. And news. You can see because it's established, you've got champions, contenders, continental champions not filled, but see different contenders there. Has anyone got, see he's got multiple belts, you can have things like that. See there. What will it have? The governing bodies will have mandatories filled in, so you can see mandatory stuff like that. But other things, even though that's filled in, Promoter Wars will have a bit of more about it, but like the pay-per-views will still, there'll have only been one because it's week 1. It doesn't generate history of pay-per-views for everything. So it depends how you like to see that thing. Brown storylines again will be fresh from the game starting. But yeah, just a different classic fights will just be the one you've got. But if you just want to sim through and follow stories, and it's a quicker way of doing it without having to have any input, essentially. Almost like a commissioner mode, but without any, you can't really step in and punish people, etc. So that's that. And then I know a lot of people were interested in an editor mode. So that's in the game. And you can change whatever database you want. So you can edit boxes, add boxes, delete boxes there. And so essentially you can upload a photo, image, change name, nickname, nationality, change their promotion, weight, stance, everything there. Attributes, all the attributes, strategy and traits, change them as well. Save it, whatever, cancel. So that's for all the boxes. Promoters, again, change them if you want. Name, give them a logo, attributes, etc. Trainers, again, logo, name, attributes, specialities. So essentially everything you can see in the game you can change. Referees, if you want to add real referees, you can give them a logo, name, change their attributes. Referee a match or a fight. Judges, again, logo, name, again, attributes. Arenas, you can change them up, make them real. Money market means they pay you. So when you get to pay-per-view standard, if you go to mainly the Middle East, they will pay you money to go out there. Whereas like other venues might ask you for a fee so you can, contribute pay-per-views. You can change the channels. If you want the real channels, possibly. Orgs, again, change all the governing bodies, the world bodies, the continental bodies, and then sponsors. Again, if you want real sponsors in, attributes, what they're looking for, stuff like that. Yeah, so it just gives you a chance to do what you want with the editor mode, and then share it. If you want to do a full real life database, you can change the eras. The only thing I will say about the editor mode at the minute, the new gens, regens, what you want to call. So when a boxer retires, someone new will come in. They will be obviously fictional. The edit mode is not accessible in a live save. It's something that I could look to add. Obviously, if you don't want regens part of a real world database that you create. So again, that's something that I can put on the roadmap, based on requests and interest. Say if no one's interested in it, then we'll leave it as is. So that's the game as it stands. So you'll see it's up for wishlist on Steam. So hopefully you take a look and give it a wishlist. And then again, it should be fully for sale this month. In UK pricing, it's £4.99. I think there's a 10% early. I think it's for 2 weeks discount on that, so 10% off of that. Yeah, so it's not not long now, and hopefully the game should be available to play. This is what it's like. I will keep practicing, playing, whatever, looking for bugs, and that's all I'm doing at the minute. Features, if you check out the Steam discussions, I've put some that I'm looking to roadmap. I know some guys have given me feedback on YouTube and Reddit. Yeah, feel free. I'd love you to join the Discord. Check out the YouTube channel. This is obviously the latest video, so if you've seen this, you've been on the YouTube channel. I'll shout out GM Games. I'll post on there. There's a good little community on Reddit for these sort of games. Yeah, this is where we're at. So it's been a long video, but I just wanted to show everyone where we're at, and it has changed a fair chunk since I've been doing videos, especially the UI and some of the features, just to try and add that consistency and that feel that you're playing a game and not just different modules stuck together. Yeah, so there we are. I'll close it up here. Hope you got this far. If you did, thank you for watching. Yeah, and hopefully see you post-release or pre-release on the, like I say, the Discord or YouTube. And yeah, just get involved. It'd be good, especially with the editor mode, once people start using it, if they do bring out different databases and worlds. I'd love to see the game with um, those graphical features. I have used some myself, obviously, to test on my little database, but I've not got a uh, full rack of images to upload, so I'm not doing that at the minute. But it's something I will look to add to the original database, because it's I suppose it's my little baby as such, that database. Yeah, yeah, there we go. So this is Boxing World Simulator, where you can be a boxing promoter. And yeah, hopefully see you soon.